expecting answer to your request. That's number one. Number two, when your mind is renewed and you love God, what you think or thoughts that you don't think but comes. Let me put it that way. I was teaching yesterday online, and I told you one of the way to distinguish between the voice of God and your thoughts. I brought a link between your soul and your spirit. I for the sake of those who were not in the meeting, I told you the soul is divided into three. You are aware of that. What's number one? The mind, the will, the emotion. Everybody knows that. But yet the spirit is divided into three. Attend to him, is distracting us. But yet the spirit is divided into three. What are they? The conscience, the intuition, and what? The conscience, the intuition, and the what? And the communion. Okay, celebrate him for that. Celebrate him for that. Oh, he was in the class yesterday. You were not there? You were not there. You were in the class. You were there. Were you there? You were not. Were you there? Yes, but you can't remember. Praise God. So that your spirit man is divided into three. He has three compartments. It's not actually three divisions, but three compartments. Okay, it's still the same spirit. So we have the intuition, we have the communion, and we have the what? The conscience. Now, the three compartment of spirit is connected to the three compartment of soul. Are you with me? Should I continue? So your mind is connected to the intuition. Your will is connected to your conscience. And your emotion is connected to your communion. If you're emotionally down, check. Your communion with God will be affected. Am I correct? There is a connection between your emotion and communion in the spirit. So sometimes you are in God's presence. When you touch a depth in God, there will be emotional response in your body. So sometimes you are just worshiping and worshiping. When you reach a height, you may even find yourself tearing for joy. Tear of joy. You may begin to find emotional expressions. It is because it's a direct link. Your communion is directly connected to your emotion. It's directly connected to your emotion. So if you are not emotionally balanced, there is going to be a break in your communion with God. Unless you through communion settle your emotion. Are we together? Good. Now your conscience is connected to your will. That is why you know the will of God through your conscience. Yes. If, for instance, your conscience is beginning to prick you on something, it tells you, even before you read Bible, it tells you that this particular thing is not the will of God. It's not the will of God. And so, before you go to pray, you are aware of the will of God concerning that matter. You are aware of the will of God. That's why sometimes some of you take a particular step, and just after the step, your conscience withdraws its peace. Your conscience is not settled. You don't need to go and press anybody, just withdraw. Because your spirit man sees the past, present, and future together. You are only seeing the present and you can think of the past. But your spirit has information about the past, the present, and the future. The future you have not seen, the spirit is dwelling there, bringing you the information. Are we together? So there is no waiting to see what the future holds. We know what the future holds. Oh my goodness.